Hello class, welcome to Unit 2. This week we are tasked with taking a closer look at qualitative research. For this discussion board post, we will answer a few questions. What is qualitative research? How can qualitative research be applied to the education field? Why might a researcher choose qualitative design as opposed to quantitative design? First, let's look at what qualitative research is. Qualitative research is much like the scientific method, as there is a step-by-step process that must be followed. Mertler 2020 stated, qualitative research involves the collection, analysis, and interpretation of data, largely narrative and visual in nature, to gain insights into a particular phenomenon of interest. Page 89. As we look at our educational research topics, we will utilize qualitative research to help us better understand our topics. Qualitative research can be conducted in a natural setting. I will be conducting observations and interviews within the school where I teach. I will be able to see the teachers and staff within a natural setting. Qualitative research is more narrative in nature as it deals with words and pictures as opposed to numbers. Qualitative researchers spend some time collecting and analyzing data. Mertler, page 91, 2020. Researchers are concerned with how the participants in the study are thinking and why they are thinking about the things that they do. Next, we will answer the questions of how qualitative research can be applied to the field of education. More specifically, how qualitative research can be applied to my case study of what is the importance of protecting 6th grade student information. Protecting student information requires an act of some kind. Interviews and observations are a part of the qualitative research process. The participants will be observed showing how they protect the students' information, followed by a verbal and narrative account during their one-on-one interview. Finally, we will look at a few reasons why a researcher chooses a qualitative design as opposed to a quantitative design. When utilizing a qualitative design, complex issues within the education field can be understood more easily. Mertler's 2020, as cited in Maxwell 2012, surmised, qualitative research design, interactive approach, has a flexible structure as the design can be constructed and reconstructed to a greater extent, page 104. Whereas in quantitative design, the process is very objective. For this term, Dr. Plaskin has advised that we will be focusing mainly on qualitative research. Let us now look at the different types of qualitative research designs. There are different qualitative research designs. The one that I chose is phrnomenological. When using this type of design, participants have direct experience with the phenomenon. Mertler, page 95, 2020. As previously mentioned, I will be conducting observations and interviews. In a phenomenological setting, I will be able to get a personal perspective on my case study or phenomenon from those participants. The characteristics of the design include: what are the data collection methods appropriate to this design and why? The data collection methods appropriate for this design are those such as one-on-one interviews. This data collection method is appropriate for my case study because Mertler 2020 stated the ultimate goal of analysis then is for the researcher to attempt to identify and to describe aspects of each participant's perceptions and the associated meanings in great detail, page 95. The perception and perspectives data collection of my participants will help me further analyze my case study. What are the ethical considerations that a researcher must consider in using this research methodology? An ethical consideration that must be considered in ensuring that the participants in my study are accurately depicting their experiences in their minds, recalling their associated reactions and perceptions. Mertler 2020, as cited in Frankel et al. 2012. Another ethical consideration is that the lived experience of those who are recruited to participate may render them vulnerable and less able to act autonomously. Walker 2007. The interview questions that I choose to ask should not render the interviewee vulnerable, and should such questions make the interviewee feel uncomfortable, that he or she knows that they have the right to decline participation. As we continue through the term, I hope that you all were able to gain some knowledge and insight and perception of qualitative research in the education field. Please refer to my Unit 2 discussion posts and video transcript for a list of the references I use. I'd like to thank you all for your time. Have a blessed day.